culture.
It's time to finish with Marcus Garvey started.
Mic check.
Put your mouth where the money is.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Jada Cole, and your boy, Atum Ride.
Hey, what it do?
Tell them who we had today.
Hey, man, A1 Live, man. We got the JCS Project. We got League 360 in the building. Man, they finna tear it down, man. These are true revolutionaries in the works. You know what I'm saying? Give it back to the next generation. That's why we here. Get in the action, baby.
Y'all know y'all can tune in on weareA1.com, YouTube, Periscope, Facebook, everything.
Everything.
Get in the action.
Hey, yo, A1 Live. Hey, man, got the Bill Podcast in the building, man. Y'all tune in, man. We are A1.com, man. You know what I'm saying? We taking a knee on y'all boys, man. Hey, absolutely.
Y'all can watch on Facebook, Twitter,
Periscope.
weareA1.com. Get in the action.
Yeah. Hey, yo, it's Wednesday, A1 Live. Catch us on weareA1.com.
I'm gonna jump in there too.
Hey, Action Squad in the building. That boy J Norm.
Holla at your boy.
weareA1.com. Y'all tune in right now, 8 o'clock every Wednesday night. It's going down on A1 Live. Your girl Jay Nicole, your boy Atum Ra. We got the entire Action Squad in the building. So y'all go ahead and tune in, comment, tell your friends, tell your mama, tell your granny, tell your uncle, everybody.
And bring me some tacos.
And get in the action.
What it do, brother Atum Ra. A1 Live in the place to be. Got the Credit Sisters in the building.
Facebook, Twitter, what else?
Man, we on everything. Everything.
Get in the action.
Yay.
Hey, A1 Live right now. Halloween.
A1 Live coming to you. Tune in.
Get in the action.
You know what I'm saying?
Right now. Twitter, Facebook,
Everything.
yeah.
Tune in to everything.
Get in the action.
Action
RBG gon' ride on God. By the way, I ain't tell you.
Hey yo. Back in this thing again. A1 Live. We appreciate everybody that's checking us out via Facebook Live. Everybody checking us out on weareA1.com. Make sure that you go on Google Play and get the app. You know what I'm saying? The app is out now. You know what I'm saying? Apple coming soon. You know what I'm saying? Tell them quit making us jump through the loops because we coming, man. You know what I'm saying?
Tiny GB.
Acting bad on them, run up the bag on them, press the gas on them, hit the dash on them. I'm trying to get the money, Jolly gon' stop me. I'm trying to get the money, Jolly gon' knock me. Acting bad on them, run up the bag on them, press the gas on them, hit the dash on them. I'm trying to get the money, Jolly gon' stop me. I'm trying to get the money, Jolly gon' knock me. See y'all done messed up, put some respect on my name. See why they mad at me? I'm trying to make a little change. This for all my workers, working for minimum wage. I can't be nice to them. Y'all gotta feel my rage. How you gonna count me out? I got hit after hit, showing that fake love. They been thinking they slick. I be Uber trapping, getting my money legit. And my bow tie shining. I don't put ice on my wrist. They be side talking. I be hearing the words. See my parents die. I done been through the words. All these fake rappers, they be getting on my nerves. Southside still holding up. Had to go hard on my verse. Acting bad on them. Run up the bag on them. Press the gas on them. Hit the dash on them. I'm trying to get the money. Jolly gon' stop me. I'm trying to get the money. Jolly gon' knock me. Acting bad on them. Run up the bag on them. Press the gas on them. Hit the dash on them. I'm trying to get the money. Jolly gon' stop me. I'm trying to get the money. Jolly gon' knock me. I see them stay on faces. Now that I got your attention. When they talking Texas, I don't even get mentioned. Tired of being normal, I gotta be a little vicious. I gotta make an example. I need a couple to witness. They be talking down, put them back right in their place. Lying on my name, please get out of my face. This that club rocker, go on and turn up the bass. Get the shacking on them, it can go down in the paint. Back against the wall, I gotta make some.
Action 1, inspiring action. Hey, yo, Jackson, the whole Action Squad always holding you down, man. We appreciate you all checking us out, man. Hey, we here another week. Jane Nicole, how you doing?
You know, I'm out here living my best life, like I say, every week on a Wednesday. It's so good to be in the studio with all of these beautiful melanated people, you know?
Hey, man, we got a full house today, man. I know y'all can see it, man. And, you know, we appreciate everybody that came through. Hey, Jane Nicole, man, you went to an event this past weekend, man. How was that?
Man, I went to a dope event, man. We went to the True Ambition 2 Rebuilding Black Wall Street event, and it was a panel discussion. It was very open. Everyone in the building had a voice. We came up with some great ideas, some great solutions. It was really, really powerful, and you know, we met some great people. You know, it's always good to meet people that are like-minded and in business and in wanting to improve your environment, you know, so that's always a good thing. A lot of great entrepreneurs. I got this little piece of blueberry cheesecake here, you know. I asked everybody if they wanted a slice, and they was like, yes, it looks so good, but little did they know that this was a candle. So shout out to La Vela Loca Designer Candles, because they were definitely awesome. Look at it, man. It's legit. You even have a sauce in a salsa, you know? But you can get one at lavelaloca.com, or you can call them at 713-385-8385.
That's live, man. Hey, so this week we are joined again by our family, our residential blogging expert, Miss Renia Butler from the one and only Gristle and Gossip. What's up, girl?
They can't shake me. Can't get rid of me.
Hey.
Can't get rid of me.
Yeah.
They asked me not to bring my sleeping bag this time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me again. I appreciate you guys.
Oh, of course. And you brought some, you know, that's why we love you. You always bringing us special
Hey,
guests,
man.
special people.
I'm an eater.
So, you know, I want you, could you introduce the special guest that we have today? Do a little something different.
Absolutely. So, it is Houston Black Restaurant Week.
Yeah.
Last week we had Fallon Farrell of the Houston Black Restaurant team. So now we're getting down to the nitty gritty, and we got the people who make it happen in the kitchen.
Yeah.
So tonight we have with us Jason and Starr Harry of EaDo's Cajun Cocina food truck and EaDo's car wash.
Dang, you said that a lot better than I would.
Jason and Starr, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan, man. I tried them out about a month ago? No, it was a long time ago. Maybe a couple months ago. Yeah, a few months ago, the Black Blogger Clique and I went out, and we were treated to probably one of the best, most loving, feeling tastings that we've experienced in a long time. So I want to thank you guys for that. It was outstanding.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so could you just, you know, give people a little introduction of for yourselves, you know, your businesses and what you all have going on.
So I'm Jason Harry. We have, and this is my wife, Starr Harry. We started as EaDeaux Hand Car Wash, right down on Leland Street and Ennis Street, right east of downtown. We named it EaDeaux to play on the East Downtown name that they were calling the district. And you know, the car wash existed for a few years, and we introduced the food truck. You know, I never really had intentions of cooking commercially or having a culinary passion, just something I did at home and wanted to feed some of the customers.
I was just about to say that. So how did that happen? You know, you had customers sitting around waiting for their cars to get finished, and they're like, I'm hungry. You was like, you know, I can cook. I need to feed them. You know, how did that go?
Exactly how it happened. You know, I think there were times that even we'd be at the car wash and we'd realize, man, we're hungry. You know, not only us, but our staff too. And, you know, as a business owner and me having the HR background that I have, I'm always looking out for our employees and our customers as well. I feel like if you take care of your staff, they'll take care of your customers. So with us having to kind of go out of our way for them to get food and kind of, return back to work fairly quickly, the best idea was to have a place to eat, not only for our staff, but customers as well. And that's where EaDo's Cajun Cocina came from.
That mentality is beautiful. A lot of, places of business don't have that mentality. As long as our staff is happy, they'll take care of our customers. I think that is a very true statement. And I applaud you guys for that because, people are at work a lot more than they are actually at home and with their families. So to have an environment to work like that, good job,
Yeah, most definitely. So how many years have you all been a part of Houston Black Restaurant Week?
So this will be the second year.
Second year?
Yep.
Okay.
So we kind of had just came on the scene last year. I think we started the food truck in maybe December of 2017, and the Black Restaurant Week was about 3 to 4 months from us kicking off our food truck, and we got asked to participate in it, and we did, and it's been a very positive experience since then.
Most def. And as we know, Houston Black Restaurant Week has been getting a lot of attention from the mainstream society, and we've been seeing a lot of comments, of course, both pro and unfortunately negative about the event and the inspiration behind Houston Black Restaurant Week. Sister Renia, why is Houston Black Restaurant Week so important to the culture?
Well, it's definitely important to our culture because I think it's the one time that we collectively unite African Americans. It highlights food from African Americans, from Africa, the Caribbean, and there aren't any events in Houston, to my knowledge, that allow us to be highlighted in that regard and in that respect. So I think it's important and it's valuable that we have the ability to carve out our own space to appreciate, to support, to engage with one another, because in my opinion, and I'm sure we all can agree, cooperative economics is the key to a successful Black community. Without that, we are nothing. Right. We are not starting, like I've said before, with generational wealth. We are not starting with people who have a lineage of familial restaurants. We're starting with people who are pulling themselves up by their bootstraps and creating something out of nothing. So that is to be applauded, and that is why Houston Black Restaurant Week is so precious and so invaluable.
Yeah.
So I want to ask, just anybody, why do y'all think that some people from the mainstream society have issues with when Black people want to say, hey, this is ours, this is what we want to do? Because like I said, I've seen like a strong emotional reaction just from the idea of a Black Restaurant Week. Why do you think some people have some issues with that?
So first of all, you probably didn't hear it verbally, but you probably saw it in comments.
Of course. Yeah, they ain't gonna say it to our face.
Right.
Yeah.
No
Most definitely.
So, I think that's the culture we live in. I think people are empowered by where the country is right now to speak freely on those things, but they have to, generally mainstream just needs to understand that it's about cooperative economics. It's about pulling yourself up by your bootstrap, and it's about employing people in underprivileged communities and raising them up to succeed, and go out and create their own.
Me, for one, I feel like you're doing the right thing or you're doing a good job when you have people mad at you. When you have people mad at you because they see that this is going to affect them in some type of way. Because at the end of the day, the group economics within our community is taken away from what they have because we're putting our money elsewhere, putting our money back into our community. So, I say keep going. The more comments, I'm not going to say the better. They may make us angry, but we just have to deal with how we respond to them and just know that there's a greater goal, at the end of the tunnel, and just keep pushing.
Yep.
That's right.
Most def. So we were finna roll into our first commercial break. We're going to be back with EaDo's, Gristle and Gossip, and more from A1 Live. It's your brother Atum Ra. RJ, Q, what's up, baby?
Put your money where
You're tuned into the all-new Action One Network. Turn up your volume.
Look, black girl rockin', be steady knocking. Never sell my soul, so you know I'll always profit. I live outside the box, but I stay in the pocket. Underrate me, man, that's faulty logic. I came into this world with about 3 stripes. Yeah, my favorite color purple. All my life I had to fight, but now I'm all set at the top of the deck. See, you can call me what you want, long as I'm cashing the check. I run this shit like Felix, bouncing back like Valve. Yeah, I make that lemonade. See, I'm destined, child. Sometimes my brothers do me fine, but I stay committed. It's hard to be a chocolate girl, but so is being light-skinned. I swear this melanin is gon' do me in. They try to treat me like a 2, but I'm really a 10. I am the alpha and omega. See, there ain't nothing that's greater. I stay blessed and highly favored. I want my seat at the table, superior by design. I don't need a cosign. Look, there ain't no competition. I'm spitting them Shonda rhymes. You sniffing these cocaine lines. The more you dim us, we shine. They finally recognize, and it's about damn time. Cause I'm melanin Monroe. Melanin Monroe.
Follow your fork to Black Restaurant Week. We are inviting you to celebrate the flavors of African American, African, and Caribbean cuisine. To join in the fun, visit our website for a list of our participating restaurants. Simply dine at a restaurant and request the special Black Restaurant Week menu. We feature casual dining options for $15 to $25 or fine dining options for $35 to $45. A portion of proceeds from Black Restaurant Week will support the Farms Organization's efforts to support minority farmers while alleviating hunger in the farmers community. Check out more information about Black Restaurant Week and our upcoming culinary events at our website. A special thank you to all of our community partners and supporters.
Action One, inspiring next. Hey, yo, hey, yo, hey, yo, hey, yo, hey, one live back in this thing, man. Hey, man, we got our people with us, man. Shout out to boy Jay Norm, Action Squad in the building, man. Hey, so, you know, me and Sister Renia, you know, we be building a lot. And, you know, one question that I had asked her was, you know, when you go to a lot of black communities now, you see a lot of cash-only stores. And, you know, I'm still trying to figure out in 2019 what's up with these cash-only stores. You know, some people have said, you know, part of them, they're not paying taxes, you know, taking the money, you know, some of them, you know, don't want to pay the debit fee or whatever the case may be. But then Sister Renia put me on something else now that's out on the opposite end of the spectrum to where they got stores that are cashless. And, you know, I never would have thought that, you know, in America, there'd be a place that, you know, didn't accept, you know, the dollar, you know, despite how you feel. But, Sister Renia, can you just break down what is a cashless store, first of all?
Yeah, so it's actually one of the most trending hot topics in the restaurant world is that restaurants are now moving to where they are managing, handling no cash whatsoever. So when you come to these cashless establishments, they are accepting only credit cards, only debit cards, and mobile payments. And so I'm so happy that we have 2 restaurateurs here to sort of speak to possibly the pros and cons of that, because depending on what side of the coin you are on, you feel a certain way about restaurants now accepting no cash. You know, I live and die by the dollar. I think the Wu-Tang reference is cream. Cash rules everything around me. So I mean, I grew up in a household where if my mother pulled out a debit card, something was going on. We were behind on bills for whatever reason. She has now pulled out a debit card or a credit card. There is a problem. So I did not grow up in a society where, you know, we operated with this plastic or, you know, these mobile forms of payment. So I'm always interested to see, you know, from the restaurant angle, sort of the pros and cons of that. And just, you know, in doing a little bit of research, there are some valuable pros and there are some valuable, you know, some valid cons to having a cashless restaurant, and I'm sure just some of the easy ones that we could think of that make it a valid argument to go cashless is, of course, safety.
Right.
You don't have anybody making a deposit at the bank. Loss. You don't have anybody robbing you, specifically employees, petty cash. And from the restaurant angle, we all know that when we have a credit card in our pocket, we are more likely to spend more. And so, just sort of getting an idea or getting a feel from why people do what we do. But as restaurateurs, what are your thoughts on moving in a cashless direction?
I guess me, from the restaurant food truck side and also from the car wash side, there are a lot of pros, and of course there's some cons, but I think I'm probably in the middle, 50-50. And let me tell you just some of the pros of it. Just one of the pros for sure is if you're collecting credit card payments or collecting something through some mode like Square or Stripe, you can basically you're able to show those transactions and show those deposits when you want to go and get capital funding for your business. Mm-hmm. That's one for sure. We operate on a Square system at the car wash and on the food truck, and every now and then it'll say, well, hey, you guys you're really doing good. You have a steady stream of income coming in, and how about we offer you this loan for X amount? Right. And that's just based off the consistent credit card sales. So that's definitely one positive, especially if it helps when you're in the need for some capital funding. Also, just me and Starr, we work full-time jobs. We're hardly never at our businesses, and it just helps. Of course, we trust our employees, but it helps on a trust level and making sure that the money gets to the bank. Sometimes, if you got money in your, like you mentioned, if you got money in your pocket, sometimes you spend it, or sometimes if I got an extra $20 or something, and it's an employee that needs something, I might give him another $20, right. And just out of the kindness of my heart. And man, some of that cash,
it come work for you, bro.
So, and then even though you're doing a good thing by giving it away, some of that cash never makes it to the bank.
Right.
And you've already accounted for a certain amount of cash that you're going to eventually pay taxes on at the end of the year, but then you don't know where it went.
Right. And I mean, we can even talk about, things that you have to spend money on, like payroll, if you make a certain amount of money or you expect to make a certain amount of money by a certain date, but some of it's cash, just like Jason mentioned, there's times that not all that cash makes it to the bank, and you're wondering, well, what exactly happened to it, and it makes you start to question a bit on, where did the money go? But, having that accountability to where you have transactions, things that you can track, it makes it a lot easier with accounting.
Yes. But then on the other
now to the negative side of, only taking cards, you have to think about the community that you're in. I think for us, we're in East Downtown, so we service a lot of our clients that are in 3rd Ward, which is also where we live, 3rd Train.
Shout out to the train.
A lot of our employees live in that area too. And, they have families, they have friends, we're close to U of H as well. Not a lot of people always have cards on them. And I feel very strongly that, if we were to only take cards, we would exclude a lot of people that are in our community. Right. And they wouldn't be able to come and enjoy our services that we provide, whether it's from our food truck or even our car wash.
Right. And Renia, you asked like a real strong question about that earlier. What was that question?
Yeah, I mean, today I sent out a newsletter, and my question was, are cashless restaurants the new racist? Because it comes across as very classist and discriminatory when you put these rules or regulations in place where you're only accepting a certain type of money or revenue or payments from people, especially when you drill down deeper to assess how you go about acquiring a debit card or a credit card or even a bank account for that matter. And I think that sort of cuts out or boxes out a certain sector of people who could be supporting and visiting a restaurant. When you think about, undocumented citizens or people who get paid in cash, they don't have the abilities to, I'm an eater. Going out for restaurants is like a highlight for me. So people who find joy in that but are unable to do it, you're sort of not allowing them to live a fulfilled life.
Yeah. And I mean, taking that a step further too, I can think back in my own family. Like, I was born in Chicago, and I have a lot of family there that never traveled because they can't buy an airplane ticket with cash.
You talking about all my Chicago family, man.
So I mean, I think us as a community, I think recently we've all started kind of traveling more, but it's because we've made efforts to find other ways to pay for things other than cash. But I think it's something to keep in mind too, that I don't think it should be excluded.
Yeah,
I don't think cash should be excluded either, but I think that ultimately, with the way that the world is moving, everything is going to be cashless, at some point. And it's just cashless restaurants, cashless stores. That's just an introduction as to what is coming, just like they kind of slowly got us away from analog TV, until the big purge. It was like, you have to get this converter box because you can't have analog TV anymore. Because just think about it, the American dollar does not hold the same value that it did have. So with companies going the cashless route, they're able to, use different types of currencies in order to, do business.
And they may be more so on the front line of that curve,
right.
And I think, you have some companies that are front runners. They're kind of setting that tone and example for others to follow. Then you have some in the middle and some that are way back here,
Right.
I mean, I could even think about my grandma finally getting a cell phone. The same lady that said, all I need to do is call people.
Right.
Now she's like, show me Facebook.
No, great. No. But so do you guys think that, with the way things are going, a lot of times it's us who are people in a different class that are on the lower end of the curve with making those changes? What are some things that we could do to get us up on game so we know what direction the world is moving in, so we can be a part of that other, the higher curve?
Hey, man, get up on that crypto, man. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. I tell y'all. But yeah.
Coinbase. Yeah. It's very easy. You can use it. Yeah. Shameless plug for nothing. Coinbase, holla at me.
So while we were talking, it made me think about one thing. So there's almost like an entire business exploiting that scene, like the people who do only get paid in cash, people who usually use cash, and I think it's like like the green dot cards and the rush cards. I think I have more of a negative feeling of those things than
man, Uncle Rush was trying to get us, man. Come on, Uncle Rush,
Yeah. And they might charge $5 to transfer something to the card. That's not fair.
Right. That was before we knew better.
Right, that's what it is.
Yeah. Educate.
Right.
Educate so we don't fall for it.
Most definitely. And that's why we here. We really just want to make sure that we are, first of all, informing the people. And then, first you inform, and then, you can get educated to it. So, you told us about how you started the food truck, from, doing the car wash and all that. What gave you an inspiration to start a car wash? And I mean, I know, just knowing y'all and meeting y'all so far, it's a legit car wash because some of y'all out there,
it's
y'all,
an awesome
y'all don't have legit car washes,
it's
but
but
yes, what gave you an inspiration to start the car wash?
So it was, we were living in the suburbs for a long time. We were living in Katy, and I had maybe hour and a half, 2 hour drive on the street. Saw a lot with a building and grass overgrown. It's like, that could be something, you know. And I had her in my ear saying, babe, we need to get something for ourselves, you know. We need to start building something for our future. And I was working with a group of guys at the time, and we kind of all came together, you know, put some cheese together, and said, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a car wash. And it's very interesting because we're on a corner in an area that's almost completely gentrified, right?
Yeah. I see all them condos coming up. Yeah, because I ain't realize I passed that all the time going to Sparkles. You know what I'm saying? So,
we right down the street.
Like, oh yeah, I see that all the time. But yeah, it's crazy, right?
It's just popping up out of nowhere.
Yeah, so you know, we started off the car wash, and you know, for a while people were looking at us strange, like we're not supposed to be there.
Right.
You know, and so it kind of grew. You know, at any time during the year, we might go from having, you know, 5 people on staff to 15 people on staff, depending on the demand
time of year.
And what time of year it is. And I think you know, me and Starr, we kind of share a common goal of wanting to help people, keep people employed, showing people how to work, and making them better for their next job.
Yeah.
You know?
And I mean,
I think we know that our business is a transitional type of job, but you know, there are people who have left us and succeeded and you know, went to somewhere better, and we're proud of that.
Yep. And they still come around and say, hey, Miss Starr, hey, Jason, what's going on? You know, but I think kind of talking about my background being in human resources, you know, initially when I started in HR, my whole goal was to help my people get jobs. Because I already know there are a lot of times that somebody, you know, will graduate college or finish school and we're like, okay, where that 6-figure job at?
Right.
You know, but then we realize that we have to kind of, you know, crawl before we walk. But then we may apply for jobs and we're probably overqualified, but no one's calling us back. Why?
Right.
So that was the driver for me. And that was over 10 years ago. Wow. So it's evolved since then. Now I'm about, you know, okay, now you know how to get a job. How do you keep it? And then for the management out there that may mistreat their employees, let me show you what you need to do. And employees also understand what your rights are. You know, so for me, it became deeper, a deeper purpose to help my people understand what does it take to get a job? What does it take to keep one? Even as far as management, and how do I coach them up to be better? You know, so I always felt like if we had our own, I'll make sure that our people, you know, they'll start with us, but when they leave, they'll have a skill set that they can take on.
Respect.
You know,
That's powerful.
Respect. Sister Renia.
Yeah, so you're participating in Houston Black Restaurant Week. So you're doing Sound Bites, which is the food truck festival, and you're also doing Nosh. So just
when is that Sound Bites going down?
Let me see this
Next
card.
Saturday.
Next Saturday.
Yeah.
That's the
27th in Peggy Park.
Peggy Park.
Share with us those
Peggy
dates.
Park.
27.
I mean, throw y'all, man, but I want to make sure I let the people know.
Yes.
What's going down.
Whole list for y'all. Okay, on Tuesday, April the 16th, there will be the Aroma Culinary Panel discussion at the.
Last night.
Oh, that was last
and it
night.
Was sold out. I heard it was outstanding. I heard the panel was amazing.
But this Friday, are y'all ready? This Friday, April the 19th, is the Art of Flavor pop-up dinner, and that is going to be at 1210 Hawthorne Street on a Friday, April the 19th.
I think that's sold out.
And it is
too.
absolutely, because that's with Kenneth, right?
Y'all missed
that's
it.
With Kenneth. Yeah, it's
Y'all
sold out.
Missed it. Then we've got the Nosh Culinary Showcase Wednesday, April 24th at the George R. Brown. Yes. I want to go there.
Yes,
I
EaDeaux will be at Nosh.
Yeah,
Yes.
we'll be at Nosh.
Nosh, okay, yeah, definitely. And then we have the Power of the Palate Cocktail Competition. That's also same day, the 24th at the George R. Brown.
I think it's happening during Nosh, right?
Yeah.
It's a bartender
So you can
competition.
come get your drink on
That's
and your
great.
taste on.
That's smart.
Y'all gonna leave full and happy.
Full and full.
We got Sound Bites, the Food Truck Fest, which is Saturday, April 27th at Peggy Park. And if you don't know where that is 4101 Alameda Road in Houston. Get your tickets at www.houbrw.com.
Yeah. So share what type of items are guests in store for? Because I've had your food, but the world needs to know what they are to expect.
Jay Nicole needs to know.
Yes.
So first of all, let's talk about the cuisine and the menu. So I'm from a town called New Iberia, Louisiana.
Yeah. Shout out to
if
the
you
boo.
Never heard of it? It's close to Lafayette. So grew up in New Iberia. Moved here to Houston probably about 12 years ago. When I moved here, I had never tasted, the tacos and nachos and all that stuff. Right. But my wife, she from the far west, Phoenix. Well, she grew up in Chicago, but born in Chicago, grew up in Phoenix. So she introduced me to all that, tortilla chips and.
When we were dating, he used to say, "You want some Mexican food?" I say, "Yeah, where we going?" Come on, let's go to Taco Bell. And I was like,
I wasn't cultured on all that.
Yeah. Y'all made it.
You had to teach him.
Y'all been together this long.
Yeah. So
because he feed me.
Hey man, yeah.
So with all this being said, we came up with the concept of Cajun Tex-Mex.
Yeah.
Cajun Tex-Mex. What that is I might take something like boudin. Take boudin, split the boudin open, drop it on top of nachos with some queso cheese, jalapenos, and some different toppings. Also, we got, gumbo tacos, right?
Hold on now.
Yep.
So,
and everybody always gives that
face. Let me show y'all that face.
So what gumbo tacos is?
Like, how you do that?
Yeah, that's just take a spoon, put it in your gumbo, take it out, drain off the roux, and put it on a taco.
And dress it
Drop
up.
some, dress it up with cheese and
and
pico and things like that. And that's one of the big hits. So it's when we first came on the scene, people were like, "What are y'all doing? Don't mix those two things. I just want the boudin. I just want the gumbo." So that's how the Cajun Tex-Mex thing came about, and people are finally accepting it. I think
I'm gonna have to come try some of those.
It's getting pretty popular.
I still remember it was a time I was working a truck, and I remember this girl. She walked up and said, "Boudin quesadilla. I got to try that."
Yes,
and sure enough, she's been a big fan and a big promoter of us. Yeah. And it's really helped us put out there the other dishes that we have, like our crawfish nachos, things that everybody's like,
all
my
the stuff
God.
I need to eat.
Yeah.
It's everything that we both love paired together.
And y'all came in here without samples.
Well,
I know.
You can find us on 2919 Leland Street.
I'm going to find you there, too. And I need y'all to find her there, too. What's the address one more time?
2919 Leland Street.
2919 Leland Street. Jay Nicole going to be there where y'all going to be.
And get over there. Get over there.
Car, too. Get a car wash. Get your stomach full. It's definitely the place to be on a beautiful Saturday. You can sit outside. They have nice outdoor seating.
Yeah.
It's just great, man. It's great to be able to support our people in that way. Killing two birds with one stone is what I like to call it.
Yeah.
And it's very much, at the car wash, the food truck is there. It's very much a family environment. It's a very unique environment. People come and they sit down and, they might just sit down and drink a beer and just watch everything that's going on. Mm-hmm. So we got the people who ride the horses downtown.
Yeah.
Give the carriage rides. Mm-hmm. So they live on our street. They live in this apartment building on Ennis Street, and they keep the horses near. and every now and then you'll see some horses going back and
that's
forth.
H-Town.
So people are just like,
like, ooh, a horse.
How did I miss this place?
Yeah.
So
It's an
it's
experience.
very relaxed. Yeah.
Yeah, most def. So yeah, we finna roll into another commercial break. Then we're gonna be back. I know y'all mouths are salivating, but yeah, we ain't done yet, man. We're gonna come back with the close up, man. Brother Atum Ra, A1 Live, RJ, what you got? Man, you still here? Go on and subscribe.
Get into action. Yo, we back at it again, baby.
What?
Get into action.
3.
Get into action.
Tell me what is the deal. Tell me what is the deal. So I challenge you today to start strong.
Get in the action.
Tell me what is the deal. Cause I'm calling for you.
Get in the action.
Can you feel that? See, I'm calling for you. Can you feel that? Yeah. See, I'm calling for you. Can you feel that? See, I'm calling for you. Say how you really. Yo, we back at it again, baby. Last week I started with Start Strong. This week I want to change it up and talk about why not you. At the end of the day, recondition your mind to believing that it's possible, that you are a conqueror, that it can happen for you. So why not you? I'm excited for it, baby. Let's get it.
Don't ever let somebody tell you you can't do something.
I need you to stop living in fear. I need you to stop thinking that it can't be done. At the end of the day, if other people can do something, then you can too. If not you, then who? But it's not gonna be an easy road. You're gonna have some difficult nights. You're gonna have some early mornings and some late nights. You're gonna have people not in your corner. You're gonna have people, not believing in you. But you must believe in you. I don't care if it's 1 million people going for the same role or going for the same position that you want to go for. At the end of the day, they gotta choose somebody. So why not you? So this week, I want to encourage y'all to look yourself in the mirror and believe that if anybody else could do it, you can too. Why not you? It's your boy J Norm. Peace and blessings. Remember, why not you? Peace.
You got a dream, you got to protect it. People can't do something themselves. They want to tell you you can't do it. You want something, go get it. Period.
Follow us, subscribe, stay up to date with not only A1 Live, but all the shows that we have going on. Sister Renia, take it away.
Yes. So I like to do this thing where it's called 5 for 5. I ask you 5 questions and you have 5 seconds to answer them. So being in the restaurant food industry, ours are going to be food related. So first question, what is your favorite item on your menu?
My favorite, probably our boudin nachos.
Jason, you don't have a favorite? Or is this a group?
So my favorite is, I'm traditional. I like the fried fish with the etouffee on the side or on the top.
Oh,
nice,
yeah.
Nice. And so neither one of you are from Houston. So what would you say is the one thing you miss most about home, Louisiana and Arizona? Or if you would like to say Chicago, whichever. I know you're split like me. But.
Yeah. Well, Chicago definitely won't be the snow. Phoenix, I miss the sunshine.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. You in Texas? You missed the sunshine? I know Phoenix is a different type of sunshine.
It's a different kind of heat. So here it's very humid. So this works. But in Phoenix, I could actually, if I wanted to, straighten my hair, and I don't have to walk outside, and it turned into this. Yeah.
Not happening here.
Yeah.
For me, I miss the people in New Iberia. It's just, it's all love, It's everybody's like family. Small town.
What is one thing you would say that the guests of Sound Bites and Naj can expect from EaDo's?
So I think EaDo's, this is this is a year where we actually have some popularity behind us. Last year we just showed up. It was like, hey y'all, we selling tacos.
Okay.
But this year I'm just excited to see what, you know, who's coming, and have they tried the food before, and are they trying it again, and who's trying it for the first time. So
And my last question is specifically for Jason.
all right.
Gumbo, etouffee, or crawfish?
Gumbo every day.
My
All day,
brother.
every day.
And is it something special specifically
come
about
through
your
the mic.
gumbo that people should know about?
No, my gumbo is just a basic Acadiana gumbo. And when I say Acadiana, it's the Lafayette, New Iberia, Opelousas area. Very different from New Orleans. New Orleans, you know, a lot of people, when you go out of town, they're like, oh, that's the dude from New Orleans. No, I'm not from New Orleans, baby.
Let him know, man.
I'm from New Iberia.
The funny thing about gumbo though, I've only had gumbo one time in my life, 2 times in my life, and the second time was from you. The first time I had gumbo, somebody made me put potato salad in it. Is that a thing?
Oh, yeah.
Like,
No,
what?
It's
Stop.
That's a thing to
It
put
is
on
a
the
thing.
side. Some people want to put it in.
In
so,
it, yeah.
Look at.
That's an Acadian type.
No, that's more of a Baton Rouge thing.
Okay.
Oh,
She
okay.
was
BR.
from Baton
I have
Rouge.
never.
She was.
I have to tell y'all, I'm a big gumbo fan, chef, connoisseur. I love a gumbo. Like my best friend has won the gumbo cook-off several times. Like I make a really grand pot of gumbo from my daddy, my dad's from New Orleans, so I do know the difference between the 2 gumbos, and I like them both, you know. But I'm a big gumbo person.
Yeah.
I need gumbo in my life. People are like,
I'ma
you've
bring
only
you
had
some.
it twice. I'm like, I really only had it once, because when she put that stuff in it,
Yeah, that disqualified.
I was just like, what? Now what have
Yeah.
you done to my gumbo?
I can tell y'all some things that you don't put in gumbo.
Oh,
You don't
yeah.
put carrots in gumbo. You don't put mussels in gumbo.
Tomatoes. You don't.
You don't. You're not supposed to. I've had them with tomatoes, and it wasn't horrible because they were like very smallly diced, and it was like you really couldn't tell that they were there. But I don't recommend you putting tomatoes in your gumbo either. You don't put snow crab in your gumbo.
Nope.
You gotta put blue
Blue
crab in your
crabs.
gumbo, okay?
Yeah. It's rules to this,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
It's rules.
Knowledge,
You
knowledge,
better
no
know.
idea.
And you
I
don't
didn't
get your
know.
boudin from Walmart.
Ah.
You don't.
Wow. Listen, people, these people know what they talking about. If
Yeah.
y'all want some gumbo, holla at EaDeaux or holla at Jay Nicole.
Right.
Yeah.
They get you right. So, I mean, you all, do so much, between just, saying your businesses and everything else like that. What's one thing that you would like for people to take away from you all's work and, just experience and being around with y'all, when it's all said and done?
Yeah, I think the one thing to take away is that, we're not really, we're not the conventional entrepreneurs. We still have full-time jobs that are very successful. We are in this for the people, for the development, for the community, and just to, make our mark, basically.
And kind of to piggyback on that, I think sometimes a lot of us may go to school, get our degrees, and excuse me, and focus on getting that career job. And we don't always put the skill set that we've acquired through school or even experiences and put it back into our community and share it. And
right.
I think that, in addition to having that corporate job, that's great. I still think it's important to take the skill sets that we have and put it back into our community and show others that, hey, you may not have to go to school to do what you want to do. Here's some other routes that you can take. So that's kind of for me.
I don't know how much time we got, but it's a very, very interesting dichotomy between working in a corporate job in a tower downtown and then working in a food truck on the weekends.
Yeah.
You get to learn so much about people, right? The same person that might be trying to sell me something at my job, might not even look at me twice on the weekend. You know, so it's you see how people treat people. You know, sometimes I get treated like nothing working on the food truck, but like a king when I'm in my office.
Yep.
So it's very interesting, and I think I'm blessed to be able to look at those and see those perspectives and apply that to how I treat people.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Most definitely. Well, we appreciate you all.
Yeah,
man. We appreciate both of y'all coming out.
Yeah.
Man, you know, we look forward to, not only as individuals, but, as a entity, making sure that we support you all. You've all been brought in, so y'all part of the A1 family. And so before we get out of here, could you all let the people know, give them all your social media handles, the websites, where they can find you, and how can they get some of that good food and get your whip right?
So our address and home base to the food truck and our car wash is 2919 Leland Street. That's Houston, Texas, 77003. Our website is EaDohandCarwash.com, and our food truck is EaDo's.com. Now I'm going to spell out EaDo's for you because it's a play on the name of the area, and it's spelled EaDeaux.com. So EaDo's.com. For our handles on Facebook and Instagram, EaDo Hand Car Wash, and the food truck is EaDo's.
Okay. Man, they will be participating with Houston Black Restaurant Week. Make sure that you all go get your tickets. I ain't even got to get the website. Just type in Houston Black Restaurant Week. The SEO game is crazy. It's going to come up, man. Yeah. Sister Renia, man, how can they stay up with Gristle and Gossip?
Yep.
Which, make sure that you all follow. I'm entertained every day. I learn. Like I said, I was telling her earlier, I got a little notification, man. I turned on IG. Sister Renia was going in. Yes. How can they stay up to date with Gristle and Gossip and get that newsletter?
Yes. So please subscribe to the newsletter. You can catch me at www.gristleandgossip.com. I am at Gristle and Gossip on all platforms. I am doing giveaways during the 2 weeks of Houston Black Restaurant Week, but you must be subscribed to my blog to enter. So make sure that you go click on the link on the top right of my page to subscribe. And that's how you find me. And shameless plug, if you would like to have an in-depth look at EaDo's, go to my blog, type in EaDo's. I have done an amazing review of their restaurant and their food. So go in and support, comment. Make sure you take it over to Leland and support these people, man. Support EaDo's. Support us.
Most deaf. Jay Nicole, what they got to do on that website?
Y'all know the website is dope. All you got to do is go to weareA1.com and you'll have everything that you need. You see everything that we can do for you. Also, if you guys would like to become a member, get some pretty cool perks, get some tickets, stuff like that, you can always be a member at weareA1.com/membership. If you are a company or business or anything like that and you want to sponsor this show or shows like it, we have an array of shows. But if you want to sponsor us, you can do so on weareA1.com/sponsorship. You can also check out our events on there too. If you guys need coverage of your event, if you want us to come out and video your event or do an A1 pop-up, you want us on scene live, the Action Squad, weareA1.com/my-event.
Man, my glasses fogging up in here, man. Fire, that dragon, man. That dragon energy, you already know. Hey, shout out to our sponsor, the Bridge of Light Tour. Make sure that you all support them. And make sure that you all catch all the other shows that we have on the Action One platform. SG2 in Space going down Thursdays at 8. Dabbing on the Real every Saturday at noon. And, of course, Traveling TV Made the T. Our travel agent goes down on Saturdays at 2. We got more coming to you all. And we're going to just keep bringing you all more and more from the community, more artists, more lovely entrepreneurs like you saw today. And make sure that anybody that you all see on our platform, go support them. Like I tell y'all, we try to get you all in on these people while it's early, while their prices are low, because then once they come around a year later, you're like, oh, now they acting funny. But now it's like, nah, we told y'all. But another week up, another week down. Remember, action, agility, life, and community. The new age of media, Action One. We here to stay. Jay Nicole, how we leave them every week.
Getting the action, baby. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Check, 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 check. Check, 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 check. It's time to finish what Marcus Garvey started. Mic check. Put your mouth where the money is. Cause all artists to this track go to our liberation. And you ain't gotta do nothing but say it. Let's go. 1, 2, 1, 2. Check, check. 1, 2. I'ma hustle till I die in these streets, on God. I'ma make sure the whole hood eat, on God. RBG gon' ride, on God. By the way, I ain't tell you I'm a God. I'm a God. I'm a God. By the way, I ain't tell you I'm a God. I'm a God. I'm a God. By the way, I ain't tell you I'm a God. I don't play baseball, so I can't let it slide. If you on the wrong side, you might catch it in your side. Make you feel like Adam when your whole rib gone. In case you didn't know, it's right over on the throne. Planet of the Ace, when I go, don't get calm. If I have to, I hit you with the barrel. Like a senseless little Daryl. My boy Chain Brady, no Carol. Fresh than a Sun Mincy apparel. Giving them the blues in my SM shoes. When you buy black, you can never ever lose. Make sure the hood straight, that's the #1 rule. I'ma hustle till I die in the streets, on God. I'ma make sure the whole hood eat, on God. RBG gon' ride, on God. By the way, I ain't tell you I'm a God. I'm a God. I'm a God. By the way, I ain't tell you I'm a God. I'm a God. I'm a God. By the way, I ain't tell you I'm a God. G.O.D. when they hit the elevator. They must be devils cause these clowns hella hating. Dusty gon' hit him with the broom. Hating on our greatness, you looking like coons. I show naked, I call it a baboon. Make sure we all straight, that's what I'm gon' do. You buy from me and I'm gon' buy from you. You call that racist, but every race do. You just a hypocrite, we not your fools. Give them the truth and this what they do. I'm gon' keep shining forever, I cool. They just keep lying, I'm lying in truth. I'ma hustle till I die in these streets, on God. I'ma make sure the whole hood eat, on God. RBG gon' ride, on God. By the way, I ain't tell you I'm a God. I'm a God. I'm a God. By the way, I ain't tell you I'm a God. I'm a God. I'm a God. By the way, I ain't tell you I'm a God. Hustle till I die in the streets, on God. I'ma make sure the whole hood eat, on God. RBG gon' ride, on God. By the way, I ain't tell you I'm a by the way, I ain't tell you by the way, I ain't tell you
Peace, brother Atum Ryan. You tuned in to Action One Network.